One is to fire rockets.
Oh, right.
I have a map. I don't even know if you can see. This is actually that area that I showed before. The red there, this is put out by the NF. The red, which you can see, those are the places that rockets have been fired from. So it's basically like the Gaza Strip was colored in with a red marker because they're being fired from everywhere. There are rockets all over the place. They have been storing them up. The tunnels, another tactical issue that they cannot walk away from. But there has to be some kind of somebody in charge of the Gaza Strip afterwards. And it seems now increasingly like people are believing that the Israeli government would rather have a weakened, chastened Hamas in place to administer this, that they don't want to roll in with tanks and be in charge, and they don't want some al-Qaeda-like organization to come in. Now, I think they're slicing the apple more thinly between al-Qaeda and Hamas than a lot of people want to realize, but that's another discussion.
I think responsibility here goes... It's on both sides. I'm not saying one side, I'm not saying they're equal. I'm saying that responsibility should be on both sides. And in the world of court, the court of public opinion in the world, you have 1,300 Palestinian civilians who are dead, and you have 3 Israeli civilians who are dead. And without knowing I'm saying without knowing the context.
We do know the context. They're hiding their weapons underneath where children are sitting in schools.
And
I'm aware of that.
And you know where this makes what Josh Earnest said at the beginning of this segment, what makes it so abhorrent, I think, is that the United States is in a really good position to actually defend Israel and to make the point that there is a difference, and I do believe there's a moral difference between the death of innocent civilians who are put up by their own government as human shields and members of the military who are only responding to attacks on their own land, on their own people. And
Israel didn't start the fact that the United States the proportion seems unreasonable, and as a consequence.
So wait a minute, hundreds and hundreds of rockets from Gaza being sent over to Israel, and Israel responding to them to tell them to stop it. That's not
the proportion.
Israel
unreasonable and not ideal. But the only person who's responsible for the proportion are the people who are putting their people in that situation. Israel has given text messages,
Hamas digging tunnels and
trying to move people out.
Right, and Hamas digging tunnels and sending fighters in there to kill or sabotage Israelis, and they were preparing for a major attack on Israel that Israel was able to stop because they took out some of these tunnels. Like, that is proportional. What Israel doing is proportional, and it's almost like you're buying into the PR BS that the Palestinians are putting forth and Hamas about, oh, the poor Hamas, the poor Gazans, they can't defend themselves. You have a terrorist organization running that country and the government and using their own people as human shields, and Israel's doing what it needs to do to protect itself.
We are about